Chris.
Hey, how are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
It's been a long, it's a long couple months. It's gonna be, but the cool news is that I get to be with you at least.
Mhm. Of
No, I just love.
course.
So I do, but what did you do all week? Because usually we start the week out. Now we're ending it.
I don't know what I did this week. I was my overhead camera died, so I was fixing that. I hit that enough times, so it started working again, which is great. Then yeah, it was other than that, it was just a lot of boring work.
You have people saying they were just watching your Sag reading.
Oh yeah.
I, I know, Chris. I gotta tell everybody, Chris, before we
This is-
So I always look for signs,
yeah.
everyone. Before we start, I just want to tell you, I never introduce us, but this is
Right.
the Albers and Christopher Reck show. And
Yes.
we are here with you. And we love it and we miss it when we are not able to be here. And we're hoping Mondays is going to be again our day and we are going to be giving all shows on Monday. I don't think I have anything coming up, Chris, on Monday because I canceled my trip to London.
Oh yeah.
So you will be back on Mondays and hopefully you will be back with us because why we're here is you. But I have to tell you, I believe in signs.
Mhm.
How do you feel about like confirmation? When you say something and and you think, and you wait for it, you're not like saying, oh, I want a confirmation. But do you get confirmation and do you believe in signs?
Yeah, definitely. Mostly numbers. So usually I'll be thinking about something and it'll be like 222 on the clock or, 1111. So, that's how it happens for me. And, I think it's different for everybody, but, usually that's that happens. Like I'll think of something I want to do and I'll see like all day long, I'll see all the repeating numbers. So I think that's a sign.
I I agree with you. We're gonna go into our astrology and we're gonna talk very shortly. But
Okay.
what I want to tell everybody is that um I- my daughter listened to Chris's August uh
Hmm.
horoscope or tarot. And she said, "Oh my gosh, mom, it's like Chris was talking to me." Now I love to hear that because it resonates. She's a Scorpio. And then I thought that was so cool because there's many Scorpios in the world. And
Hmm.
why did it resonate with her? The next, probably an hour later, I get a call from a very close friend. She's my girl, and she is a Gemini. And she said,
Hmm.
"You're never gonna believe this." And I said, "What?" She goes, "I was just listening to Minnow because she calls you Minnow like I do." And she said, "I listened to his August reading tarot, cards." She said, "It was like he was talking to me." So for me, that was a
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
What Lauren heard was actually you talking to.
Hmm. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's what I mean with signs. I see birds a lot of times. I'm a
Mm.
flower. It's always about something, and either birds, flowers, something. And I think I feel birds are messengers.
Messengers. Yeah.
But I also look at signs even on the highway or music because
Hmm.
if you think about something. Here's a good example. I heard the song "Calling All Angels"
Oh
yesterday.
yeah.
By whatever you want to think about train. And I kept hearing "Calling All Angels." And I had a friend whose father, she was here seeing Lauren, so my friend's first, and her father passed away. And
Hmm.
she asked for a card reading. And I said, sure. And I kept hearing "Calling All Angels." I said, wait a minute. You don't need a card reading. You got the
Yeah.
angel with you. Your dad is telling you we're his angels. So I love when I get, signs like
Mm.
that. Here's a cool thing for you. So yesterday, wasn't it, or the day before, it was 888.
Right.
What is that?
Yeah.
That
Well, 888 is it, infinity. So yesterday was like a great day for, manifesting, I told everybody to do extra manifestation stuff yesterday. So, I think it was a really good day for
and
that.
a lot of people think 88 is Lionsgate. I'm not quite sure. It's about how the planets align. And then
Yeah, I think
God,
no, though. Well, the Lionsgate thing I think gets blown out of proportion. It's just so it's Sirius is the star Sirius. It's a Sirius alignment to the Earth. But this year Sirius is in Cancer, so it's not even a true it's not even a true Lionsgate. So
I
yeah, I mean I think the Lionsgate thing is for YouTube is what I think it is.
I totally agree. When people say Lionsgate, all I keep thinking about is that there's a Lionsgate that produces movies. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Lionsgate,
Yeah.
but they had said this year was 888. So you on the eighth, the eighth
Right.
day, the year of eight, and they said Chinese people love the year of the eight. So looking at it
Yeah.
and looking at Lionsgate, what do you feel the number eight means to you?
Yeah, Xfinity, it's like, I've been saying all year like that. I think we have to really pay attention to, what we put, the energy we put into things, what we get out. So I tell everyone, that's why I always say this year, like double down on the good stuff, get rid of the stuff that you're doing that's a waste of time. So, really, I just see it as the exchange of energy between, whatever you're doing and whatever you're trying to get to. So that's how I see it.
I love that. And I also want to tell you that I saw a card coming through that you did the other day. Of course, I always see what you do.
Hmm.
And it was death card,
Yeah.
which, which is a really interesting card because if you listen to horoscopes and you listen to Vedic astrology, when you put it up, the next, I think till the 14th is all about what you had said. It is a really, and what I loved about what you said versus what they said is you take that and you make it so crystal clear. I have, like I said, in September, for everyone listening, I am going to take Chris's tarot
Hmm.
course. So is my girl, Brenda Brand, who works with me and does tarot. All of us, I hate to keep saying it because I keep saying it and then I put, but it'll definitely be when I get home and who knows when that'll be. But you made it so clear when I looked at that card. I'm like, oh my God, how do you see all that? But it's really this everything you put in that death card is what they see in a different in a Vedic astrology
Oh, yeah.
to the next, I think, week. So I
Hmm.
think really cool. You put up a great card, and I know that. What did you mean by the death card when you put it up?
The death card has like a lot of symbolism. So it's probably one of the cards that has the most symbolism. And I'm trying to find it as quickly as I can in this deck here, but I might not be able to find it. But, I think the important things are it has the two pillars from the moon on it. And I found it. So it has the two pillars from the moon and the sun is coming up between those two pillars. I think the death card is the time that we're in right now. We are experiencing the death of establishment, so, that's why all this crazy stuff is happening in the world. But really, it matches up with the astrology. We have, Pluto has gone over the, Aquarius Capricorn cusp several times, and literally the Capricorn Aquarius cusp is the death of establishment. And when Pluto is in Capricorn, it's as close to Earth as it possibly can be, and now it's on its way out. So it's like transformation is leaving the Earth. It's like our last transformation for 240 something years or whatever it is before we undergo like another like great transformation. And so, I think that a lot of people are seeing, the king is dead, which represents the death of establishment because everybody thinks, kings last forever, but they don't. Even kings die. So, that's like what we're all
How
experiencing right now.
can queens last forever?
There's no queen on this card, but yes, absolutely. Of course.
Uh, okay, I just had to make sure of that. I just want to make sure I was going to live like for it.
Forever. Yeah.
So what else do you see in that card? And we are going to go through our cards right now. But the reason is you had, I mean, Chris, if you could take a card and just look at it and tell us, it is magic how you tell everyone because you take a really cool spin on it. Most people think the death card is, I don't, but most people say, oh my God, the death card. But you took that death card and made it so positive. That's what I love about the way you look at your book. And I know there's
Mhm.
issues, with when you pull different cards, especially the death card, the devil. There's another one, the tower. But I look at them with positive light. And
Mhm.
that's what you had explained it. So can you just go through? I know I interrupted you. Can you go through a little bit more of the symbolism on that card and what you feel?
Yeah, and there's also the three people that are alive here. So we have the Pope looking guy here, he kind of represents like just beliefs or the beliefs that exist, and he's begging for his life. But this could be like the last the last little bits of your past beliefs that you're holding on to. You have the child. The child, I think, is the most important because the child is not afraid of the Death Rider. He's holding up flowers to the Death Rider, so he's excited for new beginnings. Children are usually excited about new stuff. They ask a lot of questions. They're very curious about new beginnings or a fresh start, and so the child is excited for the fresh start. You also have the white rose right here. The white rose on his banner. The white rose means a lot in the tarot, but on his banner, it represents like the light at the end of the tunnel, or getting through that last bit of transformation before you change.
I love that.
There,
Because
yeah.
it roses, all the different colored ones.
Mm.
And I just think that you're just fascinating. Let's try going.
Thank you.
What can I say? I mean, you are the master, the tarot master. You're everything that everyone thinks. And believe me, your followers all feel that way. You give a lot to everybody. Again, I want to remind you before we start going into the cards that Chris has a YouTube channel. He's got other things. We'll go through the whole list of them before we go. He's got a YouTube channel. I think you have two now.
Two,
right?
yeah.
The one, Minnow Pond, which of course was the one he started, or that I knew when he started because he started a while ago and I had put him on the show. I would like you or anyone you can tell to please, what is it? Follow or subscribe? It's free.
Subscribe, yeah.
Yeah, subscribe. My guides told me by the end of the year, which is June. Oh, sorry. January. Went through all the days and you would have 1 million followers. Also, you have DENT Makers.
Yeah.
DENT Makers, how it's doing and how do they find it?
Yeah, DENT Makers is closed at the moment. So we got our initial group of guinea pigs, and there's a couple here right now I can see. So we have a couple guinea pigs here, but so it's closed for guinea pig testing. And so that's where we're at right now. And we'll be I'll be opening up that in sometime in the future.
I love that. And you put it out so people could see it as teaching them really good skills about how to set up their business and all. So what is your channel? You have another channel I see.
Yeah, it's just Chris Rec. So just my name, and we put all random videos go there.
Oh, that's good. Don't put my random video there.
No, yours go on Minnow Pond. Yes.
All right. So Chris, let's get to it. I'm just going to pull a card real quick for today.
Sure.
And I know you two also. So I pulled out Reach for the Stars. So everybody listen. This is a great card. This is trying times. You'll find out through, a lot of your horoscopes, weather and astrology through, the next, I think it's few months, but reach for the stars. What's the difference? If you don't reach and say, oh, I can't do it, or, oh, I'm not going to do that, or, oh, I'm not going to find true love. Are you ever going to reach for the stars? Don't just settle. Reach for, you are a star. You are you're a soul. You are unbelievably loved. And the thing is, if you don't reach for the stars, you get what you get. But reach for the stars and you don't know, miracles can happen. Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, I would say I said reach for the stars in like 2 of my readings today. So there's a little confirmation for you. But we have the Chariot. Chariot is also comes up quite a bit in the readings now. I believe we're in a time where you have to set yourself apart. Everybody thinks, we were talking about Pluto moving into Aquarius in November just a couple of minutes ago. And, Pluto and Aquarius is the collective, but that does not mean that you become part of the, collective hive mind. You have to still set yourself apart. So I actually think the Aquarius energy is strengthening the individual. I mean, we might work towards common goals, or, we might come up with collective things that we want to work on together, but we have to kind of like go on our own journey and make sure that we're doing things that make us stand out still. And so the Chariot comes up like crazy in readings now. And I really think that is probably why, probably because you're on your own journey, reaching for the stars. There you go.
I love it. It was a Chariot card. The Chariot card is whose card? I thought it was
Cancer.
It is yes, my card.
Your card.
Oh my gosh, I said that Chariot not over here. Okay.
Of course.
Okay, so everybody, you have 2 really positive cards. Let's start the week out positive. And that is bleed through. So it's not just for 1 week. Look at it as if reach for the stars and you start to move. It just doesn't stop. So going. All right, Chris, we're going to go through the zodiac. So start with Aries.
Aries. Aries, you have the King of Pentacles. You are very focused on your resources right now. And also, I don't know why this is not in line, but anyway, I think you're very focused on your resources. I would keep doing things to work on your skills. King of Pentacles, all about building wealth with your skills. So I think for a lot of you, you could be building wealth with your skills.
I love that. April just put something across that I cannot forget. So you need to read what April just said. You put
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So yeah, there is a free tarot masterclass, a free version, which you can get at winningpond.com. And you can sign up there. It's at the homepage. If you go there, we put together a book for teaching tarot. So yeah, make sure to check that out.
Can you? And that to me. Okay. So Aries, I have emotional healing. So that's good because Aries is like a child. They're the first of the zodiac, so
Mhm.
they say they're the kids from 1 to 5 or 6 with it, they're just so curious and everything. And this is called the bleeding heart. When I see this, it almost means that I feel there's some people out there, Aries, that either have some love issues or family love issues.
Mhm.
And I want you to have some emotional healing. Get over the past because you're going to have to. I always say, if you dwell in the past, you have no future. So please, this is saying there's going to be emotional healing for you. Let it happen and really embrace it.
Taurus, you have the Queen of Pentacles, all about resourcefulness. I think Taurus is in a reverse funnel or something where it's like you've been going out, now you're focusing in. So focus is going to be your best friend. I think part of your mind is playing tricks with you, Taurus, where you're thinking, oh, I have to do like 900 things at once. And I would go the opposite direction. I think for you to increase your resources, it's all about like single-minded focus. That's what I get there.
I love
I feel good. I feel good, Taurus, for you. So that looks good.
Well, listen to this. So the one was emotional healing. For Taurus, I'd pull out, you are healed. So
There
you
you go.
feel good with them. And this is the marigold. And it says the healing you prayed for is on its way. Doesn't mean it's all there, but you are healed. People are healing you. And Chris just told you he feels good for you. That means you're on a great path.
Uh, Gemini, you have the Emperor. So Emperor is about taking control. I do think some of you could be attracting an Emperor into your life if you're looking for love. But the Emperor is also a symbol of rebirth. We were talking about symbols. You've got this Ankh over here, and it can be a symbol of going through some sort of rebirth. So I think you're rebirthing, especially during this retrograde. You could be experiencing like desire to change.
I love that. And with you, I've got the hibiscus. It's that unity card, which is unite your family, your friends, your loved ones. You have a sacred bond with all of them. Let's revisit them. It is Mercury retrograde and let's solidify it.
Cancer, you can have whatever you want. So I feel like Cancer, I think you should, whatever you're trying to attract, I would just go for it because I feel like I said this to you recently as well, Cancer. So I feel like I'm repeating myself. Usually deja vu is another sign for me whenever I have major deja vu, of course. So I think that Cancers are like a little bit on this like manifestation journey where they're thinking about things they want and literally manifesting it in front of them. But it's like the start simple, and the more you do it, the more you're going to attract. So I think you're just attracting left and right.
I love that. And you see the 8 above the mat magician
Right
there.
Same thing. Yeah.
We just talked about the 8 year. So sure, it should be a good year for you. And hey, I wanted your sister side. So if I'm good, you're good. Okay. And here I put stand by your commitment. It's really hard for me to do right there up in my kind. But when you get this, and it's the pink lily, again, I really resonate with lilies. Lilies are my favorite flowers. Even though I love them all, lilies is who I am. And it says, you're strong enough to keep the promises that you made. So if there's anybody in the audience that is vacillating about what they, whether they should stand by something, whether they, maybe something else is coming up. This card is telling you, please stand by your commitments. It'll mean a lot to you in the future.
Leo, I feel like Leo has to take a leap of faith towards something that they're like frozen on. He has mountains in the background here, ice cap mountains. So he needs to, it's a fool, by the way. He needs to take a leap of faith towards a new direction and probably something that he's already been thinking about. I'm pretty sure I said it's 222 right now. And I think I said this to you, earlier this week as well, Leo. So this lines up well for you as well. And yeah, there's something that, I always think of like being loyal to what you love with the Fool card because he's got the little dog right here. So I think that you just need to be loyal to what you love. You're taking a leap of faith towards something that you will love.
I love that, Chris, because the next card I pulled out is the Primrose, and it's peer pressure. And
Mm,
I don't know even know what the meaning is because we're in a rush for peer pressure. So you see that fool, he's going to take that leap of faith. Don't let anything stop you, not any peer pressure, because there's going to be some people, in the next, probably 3 weeks to 3 months that are going to try to pressure you into doing something, but you're free. That
mm.
fool, the free leap. So just make sure it's what you want and not what other people want you to do.
Virgo, you have the Ace of Cups. Probably the question of the decade for Virgo is, what do you love as well? Kind of like Leo, but I think that you have to focus on, Virgo's different because your issues around love probably come from mom or dad, right? So I think that Virgo's challenge is to like move away from. It's not like you're moving away from who raised you, but move away from the feelings of, like if you want to move in a direction, but you think your parents are going to be disappointed, it's like that type of feeling. It might not even be your parents. It could be society's expectations or whatever. But I feel that Virgo has to make sure they're doing things that cause them to overflow.
I love that. I just want to tell you, Virgo, and I'll be right with you. We are reading every comment. We just can't, say it, but I love your comment. Diane, she said the Fool card is my favorite card.
Mm,
I love that. It is one of the best cards. It's the beginning of the tarot,
mhm.
beginning of with the beginning of the life, really, your journey in life. And what I got for you, Virgo, which I get, you got Virgo in, I think, at the end of the month. Virgo's at the end of the month, either the moon or it's actually Mercury retrograde coming out of Virgo or something at the end
Yeah,
of the month.
Virgo.
And I have past life healing. So this is interesting that you have
Mm,
a retrograde with past life healing. And I want to, if we have any time, I want to talk about a retrograde, maybe Monday,
mhm,
but it says situation has been triggered by one of your past lives. I love the first line. It says, forget me not, which means, and that's exactly what you described in, when you do your, when you do regret, when you're looking at, um, the, the retrograde is that I loved how you explained it, Chris, excuse because it does a mile a minute, and that sometimes I can't talk. But you said that a lot of it has to do with don't think of it as, something bad. It's something you can reflect on,
mhm.
renew, rewind, do all that instead of looking at it as like, oh my God, the retrograde's coming.
Yeah.
I know why people who are born on retrogrades, which is you, or why you're here. But I feel like the forget me not is there's some things that, especially during a retrograde, you have to go back and revisit.
Mhm.
And this is a great time, Virgo, for you to go revisit it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll tell you
Lib
more later, Chris.
Okay. Libra, you have the Queen of Wands always. You always get the Queen of Wands, so very attractive at this time, Libra. Get out there. But I would also say that the Queen of Wands is about learning as you go, and I think that a lot of you are whatever you're working on, it's like you're doing things where you have to learn as you go. And but sometimes that stops people because they think they have to know things, and we're not in school anymore. Is what the Queen of Wands says. You don't have a teacher to respond to anymore, hopefully. So learn as you go, whatever you're working on.
I love that. And you remember, this deck is pretty thick. You all can see it. So when I pull a double card, there's a double meaning in this for everyone. This one is the pink lily, again, another flower of mine. It says stand by your commitments. So that's going to tell me that you've got things coming up, Libra, that you need to, you're the balance scale. And when one is out of balance, the other one, you're not happy. It has to be balanced. You work all your life to get that balance, work life, whether it's work life or anything. Anyway, stand by your commitment because there's going to be some commitments coming up that you're not really going to want to do, but you've already said you're going to do them. You got to keep your
Mhm.
commitment.
Scorpio, you have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands about drawing a line in the sand and kind of like your boundaries and what you're willing to accept in your life. So it is Mercury retrograde is a great time to look at your boundaries, what you're, who you're allowing, what you're allowing into your life, and kind of saying, I'll accept this, but I won't accept that. And so I think a lot of you could be doing that with the Seven of Wands.
I love that. And then for you, Scorpio, and I love this card because I have a lot of Scorpios around me. New beginnings, which is exactly if you listen to Chris, as I keep, saying, Chris, your August readings were unbelievable. Your all readings, unbelievable, but you did say there was going to be a miracle for
Mm,
Scorpio at the end of the month. and this will be the new beginning you need.
What are we on? Sag. Sag, you have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords about moving on to calmer shores. And yeah, there's like a lot of movement on for Sag also going on. So I think for Sagittarius, it might have to do with work. Some of you might need a break from work or like you need a vacation or something. Even if you could just get a staycation in, I think that would be good. But this is like, Six of Swords in reverse is stuck in the mud. So I get that feeling a little bit for you, Sag. And I think that maybe you just need a break. It's almost like you're trying too hard. If I put myself in your shoes, which is how I read, it's almost like you're trying to do something too hard. If you would just take a break, I think the answers will come.
I love that. And I got let your inner beauty shine again, a
Mm.
rose. You had the white rose. This is the pink rose. And I love this. And that means let your inner beauty shine. You have to love yourself,
Mhm.
which I hate that expression, but it's really hard to do. A lot of people don't understand what it really means. Anyway, and one day through that, but let your inner beauty shine. You are really a great soul. You have great, great qualities. You came here to earth with great qualities to inspire and achieve them towards the end of your life too. And when you do, you'll realize that you are one of a kind, Sag. Actually, a two of a kind, because you're one of the two things. You're a horse or a donkey or whatever you call it. And have
A
sense.
horse.
Yeah. So, so you are here to let your be shine. And you are one of those signs that are just fun. You put your foot in your mouth because you don't like lying. It's hard for you to lie. And you love, love life.
Capricorn. Capricorn, I think you're gonna be popping out of a giant cake naked at some point in the future. I think that Capricorns are about to pop out and show the world what you're made of. So you've been on this long journey with Pluto in your sign for a very long period of time where you've been kind of like working behind the scenes, working on reinventing yourself and all like projects and things like that. And I think it's, the hermit goes up the mountain. He has to come down the other side of the mountain and show the world what he has learned. So it's like time for you to make sure that you're not. Sometimes we get into hermit mode and we feel like the world has turned their back on us. So we have to come back down to reintegrate with society. And that's like what Capricorn is doing.
Well, I love that because all you did, you just mentioned the world 3 times and I put world energy. So there's
There you go.
one. So please listen to what Chris had to say about Capricorn because there's nothing I can add.
So Aquarius, you have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty. Could be love. I do feel like some of you Aquarius people could be focused on love. Ace of Cups would be like more looking for something serious. It's happy home, happy family. If you want it, looks good. I also feel for others, you could just be celebrating. You did have a good reading this week, so I do kind of feel like you are just in the celebration mood.
I love that. And with that, because my husband's an Aquarius, and he turned the show on here and we were on.
Oh wow!
I was like, oh my gosh. And anyway, I have no idea. So again, that it fits with your reading, and I love that. And there's some new ideas coming your way. Who doesn't? I mean, Aquarius is one of those signs that are forward thinkers, are always thinking, and always have new idea. So when there's a new idea coming, plus the card that you pulled, wasn't it show me the card again? If you could.
Ten
That
of Cups.
Yeah, that is just happiness personified. And that's because I feel like there's a new idea you're going to work with, or new love, or new whatever coming to you.
Mhm. Uh, Pisces, you have the Judgment card. I do feel like Pisces feels like they're waking up from a nap. So, I mean, even, I don't know about other Pisces, I felt super energetic yesterday. I still feel it. So, I think that Pisces is kind of coming out of the fog and, waking up to the things that they have to get done. I think, small steps are important for Pisces right now because there's a lot for you to do. Neptune in your sign makes you crazy and, gives you all these big, crazy dreams, right? So you have to take the small steps to get there. But definitely building a new life. I mean, it's like a very karmic time for Pisces to, clear up past karma. And it's not like karma like we think of it, but, it's more about, you've had these ideas about yourself that you think you can, do great things, but it's actually about doing it.
Well, it's really funny because I always think of Pisces, the first thing that comes to you. And what do I have to say? You're a wise soul.
Right.
That's what so
Wise soul. Yeah.
because uh, Pisces is the last of the zodiac. It's considered the old man of the sea. Means you're wise beyond your years. And I think you get this card more than not. But what's funny is what I was going to tell you why when you're born in a retrograde, especially on Pisces, is you coming back to clear up something from the past, this lifetime that you need to do before you go. and that is a wise soul. So for me, Chris, this card is, are we, we're complete.
We're done. Yeah,
We're
we finished.
Whoa. And we thank you for being here. Chris, again, it's my honor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.